Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer video. Today's topic are the top 5 most wanted characters to come into the Total War Warhammer series. So without further ado, let's begin. There are hundreds beyond hundreds of characters in the Warhammer Fantasy Battles universe. Slowly but surely we've been seeing a fair number of them being introduced into the Total War Warhammer series. And as we get closer to Total War Warhammer 3, many fans of the series have been rather vocal as to what characters they'd like to see being introduced as playable characters in the third and final game of the series. So with that, let's look towards our list. For our 5th spot we have Neferotta, the Beautiful Death, Queen of Lemire, and first of the vampires. Despite her many years in undeath, Neferotta is still considered to be one of the most beautiful beings to ever walk the Warhammer fantasy world. She leads a harem of mostly female vampires, all of which are master spies. By her command, many of her vampires travel across the Warhammer fantasy world, placing themselves in positions of power. Many speculate that the Queen of Mysteries, as she is also known, has been able to directly influence many nations across the Warhammer fantasy world, even those extremely far away from her. Her network of spies keep her informed of any potential rising threats, so she may deal with them accordingly. Now, despite the fact that Neferotta prefers to be in the shadows, she's no stranger to the battlefield. In truth, she likes to fight for sport, but she doesn't want to waste her time with would-be heroes. Instead, she'll actively seek out famous knights, witch hunters and warriors in an effort to entertain herself. She and her bloodline have always been rather large fan favourites, and considering how many characters already implemented into the Total War Warhammer series that have some sort of tie to her, it's only a matter of time until Neferotta becomes a playable legendary lord. For our 4th spot we have Volton, the Chosen of Sigmar. Volton is a rather interesting character, destined for greatness yet born into an average household, growing up and living a relatively normal life as the son of a blacksmith. Far stronger and more intelligent than the average man, yet interestingly enough he was quite content with his life. Sometimes simple is better, even in the Warhammer fantasy world. This would all change however during his early years of adult life, where a beastmen horde invaded the village of his birth. Many were slaughtered, but Volton refused to die, killing many of the angry beastmen with his own bare hands as he fought his way back to his father's smithy. There he equipped himself with 2 heavy hammers and proceeded to slaughter any beastmen that crossed his path, including shattering the skull of the beast lord that led this prey herd. With the beast lord now dead, the remaining beastmen fled in a panic, and Volton was hailed as a hero and saviour of his village. His reputation quickly grew, eventually amassing a large number of followers, with even the famed warrior priest Luthor declaring that Volton is Sigmar reborn. Volton did indeed grow to become a rather well-known leader within the Empire, especially when it came to the end times itself, where he personally defeated and killed many mighty champions of chaos such as Crom the Conqueror. This character is actually quite popular. He's not specifically tied to the end times, considering that he also featured in the Storm of Chaos campaign, which was technically the original end times that got retconned. And seeing as he is such a popular character in terms of lore, the model, his rules and so on, I believe it's only a matter of time until he gets implemented, whether or not Total War Warhammer goes through the end times route in the third and final game of the series. For our 3rd spot we have Boris Todbringer, the Elector Count of Middenland. A leader, a fighter, and because of the Yogscast, an absolute meme. Boris Todbringer, the man that was almost emperor. He and his warriors worship the god of winter and wolves, Ulrich, rather than Sigmar. A fierce warrior and respected statesman in his prime, unfortunately the loss of his heirs and his near maddening obsession with Khazrak One-Eye have weighed heavy on his soul. That being said, Boris is still extremely active as his role as an Elector Count. He is a man of faith and fury, and is more than happy to join the battlefield should he be needed. During his more relaxed times, he is actively hunting beastmen within the Drakwold forest. In all honesty, I never really saw Boris as a really popular lord in the days of Warhammer Fantasy Battle. Yes, he had his own unique model and special rules, but he didn't make it into later editions. Where he really blew up in popularity is when he became a meme thanks to the Yogscast, and honestly I found it rather interesting, because after that a lot of people started asking for Boris Todbringer to be a playable legendary lord. It's honestly amazing how a meme can propel a character into such high levels of popularity. But now we'll move on to our 2nd spot, Nagesh, the Lord of Undeath. Nagesh is one of those characters that has more lore than pretty much anyone else, considering the fact that he's a character that was established very early on, having a decent number of books, loads and loads of backstory, and if we go into stuff a little bit deeper, without him we wouldn't have races such as the Tomb Kings and the Vampire Counts. So a lot of characters such as Vlad von Carstein, Neferotta, Khalida, and so many others wouldn't exist if it were not for him. Nagesh's eventual inclusion into the Total War Warhammer series has been hinted at various times, specifically during the course of Total War Warhammer 2. And while there are some fans who believe that Nagesh should never be implemented into the Warhammer series as he might be too overpowered, it is important to note that Nagesh has been defeated before, on a number of occasions to be in fact, and also those who defeated him were average mortal men. He's not all-knowing and all-powerful, he can be defeated. And there are already a few characters already implemented in the Total War Warhammer series, such as Lord Croak, which could technically be considered more powerful than Nagesh. But now we'll move to our first and final slot, Grecia Thanquol. Thanquol perhaps is the luckiest Skaven to have ever lived. Despite his many failures, he still manages to draw breath. Many attribute this to the fact that he's had many augmented rat ogre bodyguards known as Bone Ripper who have always been able to save him at the last moment while sacrificing themselves. Thanquol himself is a very powerful spellcaster, but he's in no way very competent at it, where there are some known occasions that he's tried to cast a spell off, only to summon in random chaos demons in instead. Despite his many failures, or better yet said because of his many failures, Thanquol had grown to be a rather large fan favourite, which has also been carried in Total War Warhammer, where a lot of fans have been requesting him to be a playable legendary lord, and we know that it's essentially only a matter of time until he does become one, with many people believing that he will be the final White Dwarf exclusive lord, same as Grombrindal and Gotrek and Felix. But this was our list for our top 5 most wanted characters for Total War Warhammer 3. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and what is your top 5 most wanted characters for Total War Warhammer 3 list? But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below, we have various different social media links such as Facebook, Instagram and Discord, where you can get in contact with the Great Book team, talk to us about Total War, Warhammer, or just anything really. Also in the description section below is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could get loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Purchasing using this link and also using our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons, your support means the world to us. Honestly, it's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A special thank you to our patrons Gibraltar LUSC and Ryan Bertsche for subscribing to us at our fame level. Honestly, you guys are super cool. And a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing and commenting on these videos. Honestly, the channel's been growing a lot lately and it's all thanks to you guys. Without you, the Great Book would be nothing. We're trying to implement more videos into the channel soon, but we're getting stuff done outside of YouTube at the moment, just like artwork and so on for the channel. It's just taking a little while to get everything to look to a standard that we feel is cool. Honestly guys, thank you so much for all the support lately, it's been amazing. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very soon. Have a good day.